Julian Wilson, it's one of the best matchups in the game. A long-time rivalry that kicked off with a final back in 2011 when these guys looked like little kids fighting for the podium. Medina took that first final, and they've been rivals ever since, pushing each other in the world title race. Gabriel Medina officially clinched by getting himself into this final, passing Jordy Smith to get his second world title. And it had a little bit of time in between. Medina has got to be proud of what he's accomplished in a short period of time. Kicking off to start off this final is Julian Wilson in the barrel of backdoor. Small tube on the inside, but it'll just get that momentum going.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do. Just trying to apply some pressure, but we've seen everyone massive scores. Jordy Smith did exactly the same. Started the heat really well. Medina fought his way back. Wilson off for that first wave, and now leaves Medina out the back to try and answer back. Beautiful little nuggie, and a nice little tube ride there for Julian Wilson.
So a great way to kick things off in the final heat of 2018, as we already have 33 minutes remaining. De Souza the first to win the Pipe Masters for Brazil. Medina looking to be the second. Here he goes. Medina's first wave of the final, super deep in pipe, and comes out. Unbelievable exit.
A crazy wipe out there from Julian. Let's have a look at Medina there. Goes off a little bit of a ledge, pulls into the barrel, comes out nice and clean. And again, let's have a look. This is the view the judges get. So nice and deep. Comes out with the spit. An incredible heat.
Next one for Wilson, knifing the takeoff into a pretty radical part of the wave. Putting so much commitment into that drop, and it just makes sense that they're both number 1 and 2 in the world to finish off the year. Paddling for this one, Medina wants it a backdoor pipeline. Making 2 sections with ease. Timing the spit well. Flies out of that one like a cannon. Already has a big 8-4-3. The momentum of having a second world title. Medina is going to be tough to beat in this final.
I mean, this guy doesn't have a weakness. There is no chink in his armor. He's incredible on his backhand. Incredible tube rider both on his backhand and front side. He charges in big waves. He's got the air game second to none. He's an incredible competitor. You know, he plays the game at a super high level. You know, this is his second world title. I think there's going to be many, many more to come. And well, he's not finished yet. We've still got this Pipe Masters on the line.
How is the pace of the wave different when you really compare backdoor versus pipeline punts? When it comes to this event specifically, Hawaii and Australia are tied with 16 Pipe Masters titles. As we get back to Julian Wilson. Great positioning at pipeline, who gets spit out. Going into a backhand, full rotation over the roof. Just to throw down the finishing move.
Oh, wow. I love that. He's doing a Medina on Medina.
Nail that finishing move. It was aggressive. It was radical. Let's take another look.
And it was a late drop as well. Grabs the rail, leaning forward, pulls in, comes out with the spit, and then combos it up with a beautiful little backside rotator. Medina kind of forced him into that wave, but I think Julian was going to go anyway. And then finished nicely. Landed on the roof. Good rotation. Crowd are absolutely eating it up today. They love it.
Incredible just to have the wherewithal to see that end section. That wasn't an easy ramp. In the break, Medina went backdoor.
Yeah, well, have a look at this. Gabriel Medina just styling his way through yet another good wave. Taking off behind the peak. Now, that's the whole reason of backdoor. You backdoor the section. Come from behind. You basically take off the pipeline and drive through that tube ride. And Gabriel Medina has done that to great success and another good score.
Lead building against Julian Wilson. Julian now needing an 8.11. Here he goes. The Australian delayed bottom turn, setting up the big pitted backdoor. Beats the first section. Second one's going to let him out.
Wow.
Julian Wilson fired up on adrenaline to battle with his longtime rival Potts. This is incredible.
Imagine if the world title came down to this heat. That's what I want to see down at all. And it's going to be another good score for him. Pulls up just under the lip there. That was incredible stuff for Wilson. And then a bonus section comes flying out of that one. That was super technical. Watch how high up the face of the wave he goes, Joe. Comes off the bottom, gets clipped just a little bit, shoves him really high in the barrel, renegotiates that section, and then gets the bonus at the end. So incredible stuff there from Julian Wilson. This is why this guy's a pipe master. This is why he's regarded as one of the best tube riders in the world.
So incredible, his ability to recover that line on that first section, to come down and get the completion. Let's see what happened on the takeoff.
Yeah, Gabriel grabs the rail, pulls up, drives through that section, and then comes out nice and clean. 8.28 required, Joe. Nice and deep on the reef as well. And again, just, not just sticking to one line through the barrel, having to readjust all the way through it. Gabriel Medina comes out. Is that going to be an 8.28? Is that, well, it's kind of got to be in the ballpark of his wave number one, which is an 8.43.
Serious rivals in the jersey. Taken off last minute. Wilson knifes it. Unable to pull in. So he's going to have to wait for another opportunity to answer. It's interesting how deadly Medina is with priority, even with 13:45 on the clock.
He looks solid. I mean, this is a battle. We're going to see this go down. Here we go. Gabriel on another one. Big beat hook. Just flowing through the barrel. It's amazing out here. Are you kidding me?
And Medina trying to punch free from that inside wall. Somehow hangs on. Nothing can take this man down. Time and time again, he comes here to Pipeline to show that he is the most radical surfer in the world. Quarter-finally as a rookie when everyone was doubting him. Growing up at a wave at Mauritius, that is a slabbing wave where he has worked out the skill set that it takes to dominate the waves of consequence on tour.
Let's have a look as he takes off, slides in. I love the body position, squares up those shoulders, driving through that next section, keeps going again and again, and then really gets engulfed in whitewater, but somehow manages to stay on his feet and pulls through the back of that. I mean, that is next level stuff there from Gabriel Medina. Have a look at that. I mean, there was a number of moments there where we thought he was going to try and sneak out, but he was looking for more. He wants a massive score. He wants to nail this thing shut.
Just beating all these sections, it just feels like you're watching a superhero just do the impossible. There's a lot of opportunities in that wave for the barrel at backdoor to take him down. But to be able to adjust even in a small space, to go high when he needs to go high and go low, and even when the end section's shutting down, there was no clear exit there, and Medina pulls it off. Pens these days, judges just save it for perfection, and you can remember all of them now. Locking in, slamming on the brakes, and getting spit out again under Wilson's priorities, Gabriel Medina. And this is what we're used to, where he just completely takes over. Still 5 minutes to come back.
Yeah, well, this is a throwaway for Gabriel Medina, and he's going to just kick out of that one, so that's not going to really change the situation. 8.77 is his backup at the moment.
And he wants to take the last win of the season. Let's see his effort here. Wilson locks in a backdoor. Bottom turn straight into a closeout. So waiting for a long time to make a move with priority.
Medina just too strong on the day, Joe.
Setting up the final minute, Medina will use priority to sit inside a hollow pit at Pipeline. And the two-time world champ comes flying out. No mistakes in the seat. Every time he pulls in, he's made it. And that's his 7th wave in this final.
Special this year as well. There he goes, takes off, slides into the barrel, and of course he's going to come out at the end of that one. So Gabriel Medina looking absolutely on fire here today. Scary signs for his opponents going into next year, Joe.
Enjoying that moment with Gabriel Medina. And you think about all the wipeouts Julian had in this heat. He had a few looks that were incomplete. Julian had the lead in all-time matchups against Medina, 5-4. And it looks like it's about to be evened up between these two rivals. Backflip to finish off the season. Gabriel Medina, your two-time world champ, and your 2018 Billabong Pipe Master, in loving memory of Andy Irons.
Oh, you know, you get crowned world champion after semi-final action. Why not go on and win the Pipe Masters? I mean, he was not going to be denied today. Just such a solid performance from the get-go. You know, everyone threw so much at him at the beginning of his heats. He just managed to come back. He stayed calm. He stayed true to himself, his game, and came out on top. So just an incredible day of surfing, and well-deserved for Gabriel Medina.
Gabriel Medina joining Adriano de Souza for wins at Pipe for Brazil. Both world champions. Medina a multiple world champion today. Incredible performance through all the rounds, as we talked about, getting high 10s when his opponents really pushed him. At pipe and backdoor, he's incredible, including his high numbers. Going right, 9.57 was the big number in the final.
Yeah, you know, and that's massive. I mean, after to you know, drop a 10 and a 9.45 earlier in the day, then to come back and still have big scores left in the tank. You know, this is the kind of place that really does take a lot of energy out of you. Each wipeout kind of expends a certain amount of energy, but Gabriel Medina has done all the hard work. He's made all the sacrifice, and these are the spoils right here.
And now watching Gabriel Medina here on December 17th, 2:40 in the afternoon here on the North Shore of Oahu. Remembering this day in history happening right now in front of us. It's two-time world champ